Well, in today's video, I would like to just say, I told you so. Well, the reason why I say that is because I found out maybe a week later that the Sony store closed down, and based on how they have to recuperate the cost of all the Sony PS3s they made, their brand won't last very long. If or when they will totally file for bankruptcy, or if they already have. Now, the reason why I know they shut down the Sony store, it wasn't because I kind of figured out they were gonna close down eventually. I heard from the grapevine, let's just say, one of their Sony, basically their Sony rep, basically opened his mouth and said eventually they're gonna close down. So if this doesn't show you where the PS4 is gonna go, it's just gonna go down. And I just pre-ordered my PS4, not because I had to. It's because eventually my PS3 is not gonna work anymore, and I've already had it for about 9 years. So I want to preserve the greatness that the PS3 was instead of the PS4. Because if the PS4 breaks, I don't care. I really don't care about the system. Would I consider buying a Xbox One if the PS4 ever broke? Yes, I would. Not just because they said they might have backwards compatibility. It's because if it's Microsoft, it doesn't matter if they quit the gaming industry. Because they're just doing this for the fun of it. So in retrospect, I'd rather go with Xbox One if my PS4 ever broke. Because it's only a matter of time before Sony's company is going downhill. Because the Sony store closed down in South Coast Plaza. I know South Coast has a 5-year rule about makeovers, which is not a bad thing. But in retrospect to that, I knew eventually they were going to close down. So for Sony to have a Sony rep that said they're closing down, if it was me, if I ran a business like that, I would have fired his ass. Because just because of how his attitude is and how he talks, how cocky he is, because he used to work for GameStop, so I wouldn't doubt that. Just because he doesn't work for GameStop anymore, he's more arrogant. I'll just leave it at that. And this is it for this video.